another D&D podcast, episode 3, Blades in the Night. Hello, you're listening to yet another D&D podcast. I am Gareth, and I am playing Wyndreth Taliss, the Dragonborn monk, and I am joined in the Roll20 studio by my intercontinental co-hosts.
There's like one of us who's not on this country. Literally one of us. Let's just not address it.
It was a joke at the old Lost Connection intro.
Yes, yeah.
Anyway, do you want to say your names and who you're playing?
Not really, no.
I am Matthew, the Heartbreaker Pollard.
Nobody's going to get these references.
I am a Taurus, and I like long walks on the beach, but I need to wear sunscreen, otherwise I burn. Thank you.
He's our DM.
I guess I'll go next. Hello, I'm Owain. I'm playing the part of Nyx Knuckle, a rock gnome artificer?
I say artificer.
Did we make an agreement of what it actually says? Artificer?
I think it's artificer.
I think you're thicker.
Whoa.
I'm Owen. I play Davison Owain, who's a wizard and doctor of things.
Doctor of things that aren't medicine.
Just
Yes,
read
we
his
discovered last
last time.
time.
Beyond, it'll literally tell you what the school he's studying. You're trying to keep it a secret this whole time, and it's literally there.
Yes, it is.
really
It is.
funny.
Literally spoilers.
Specialization. And introducing for the first
Hello.
time.
Hello, I'm Tyron. I'm playing Fredrick. I am a half-elf fighter.
So that was your introduction, was it, Gareth? That's
Yes.
done? We're done?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was
Okay.
fantastic.
So now what we'll do is, to help us all remember, because I don't fully remember, I will try and run us through what happened last time. For Fredrick's help as well as our own. The adventure started with all of you either already in or about to enter into the Yawning Portal. It was this very famous tavern in the city of Waterdeep where adventurers like to go and do business. So you were all there for one reason or another, business related, not overlapping initially, but you were all there to do something. Nyx Knuckle, you had been summoned by Davil Starsong, I believe that's his name, the leader, the point of contact for you in the Zentarim or Zentarim, the previously criminal organization, now mercenary company, basically. Davil is in charge of the Waterdeep chapter of the Zentarim. So you had been summoned, and because you had just gotten out of prison or jail, and Davil wanted to hire you for another job, just like in the good old days. Wyndreth Taliss, you had, for reasons that have not been really mentioned so far, and so I will not reveal them for you, you needed to also find these golden dragons, this hoard of treasure that Davil Starsong is interested in. So you came to the Yawning Portal because you know that's where Davil does all of his business, does his dealings, his meetings. So you wanted to find him, reconnect, as you had been in contact maybe 10 years previously, but you haven't spoken to each other since.
Yes, about 10 years ago, I did occasional work for the Zentarim as a sort of independent contractor. I also have a secret other employer who I did most of my work for.
Yes, exactly. So in your spare time, you would do dealings with Davil, enough to build up some sort of relationship where he likes you. You felt like you could go to him for some help. So that's why you were the Yawning Portal to speak to him. And then completely unrelated, seemingly so, Davison Owain and his bodyguard Heston were sat at another table with their close friend Volo Thamp Gudan, the famous author, who was trying to hire adventurers to help find his friend Flume Blagmar, who had been kidnapped. It was revealed the meeting with Davil Starsong, Taliss, and Nyx that by helping Volo, you'd be able to find this other person, not Floon, but this guy called Rhaenyra Neverember, who is the son of Lord Daggelt Neverember, who was the
Handsome
previous
man.
Overlord. Very handsome
Yeah,
man.
is the most handsome man in Waterdeep.
The previous Open Lord of
Hello,
Waterdeep was called Daggelt Neverember, and he, before he was kicked out of the city, run out, he'd cashed away all of this gold. Like, what is it, like 500,000 gold dragons or something? It's a lot of gold, and it's hiding somewhere in the city. Nobody knows where it is, but Davil Starsong was hoping that by indirectly helping Volo, you would meet the son of the previous Open Lord, who would have information on where the money was. So he asked you to connect with the guys on the other table, Volo and Davison Owain. As that was trying to happen, you had some minor fight with a troll.
I almost died.
Yeah, you almost died. That was fun. That was a minor interruption with the proceedings. Eventually, you agreed to work with each other to combine forces to try and help Volo's friend. You then went to another tavern in the dock ward. It was the last place that Volo's friend Floon had been seen. You found out that Floon had stayed behind after Volo had left. Floon met up with another friend, Rhaenyra Neverember, which is what Davil was hoping would be the case. The two of them had been kidnapped. You managed to get an idea of where they would have been taken, so you went there instead, and it was a previously run by the Zentarim. It was an abandoned warehouse that had now been taken up by another criminal organization, the Xanathar's Guild. Upon entering that, you were beset upon by some diminutive crowmen known as Kenku, who ambushed you and very almost killed Taliss.
Yeah, nearly killed me. The first shot took away most of my health.
Yep. You were able to fight through the darkness, despite most of the party having no dark vision, and defeat the Kenku, and eventually discovered, hiding in a closet underneath the stairs, Rhaenyra Neverember. Not the person that perhaps Davison wanted to find, but definitely the person that Taliss and Nyx wanted to find. Then, some guards came into the warehouse. Waterdeep guards told you to stay out of trouble. They also mentioned, perhaps unwisely, they divulged some information relating to perhaps the Xanathar's Guild has a hideout in the sewers somewhere nearby. So they convinced you guys that you were going to try and find Floon in the sewers. You tried looking in the sewers, then actually you thought about it and backtracked and decided you'd take a rest and meet up the next day in front of this shop that you hadn't explored previously, but it was outside the tavern where Floon and Rhaenyra had been kidnapped. Purple shop with a stuffed beholder in the window. You went in there and there was this high/Jewish gnome who owned the shop, and after a lot of intimidation, he eventually revealed that he had a trapdoor leading down directly to, or almost directly to, the Xanathar hideout. Not the main headquarters, but a local little safe house that they have in the sewers. So you descended, had some scuffles with some goblins. You fought a were-rat that just wanted to protect a youth hostel.
We were almost murderers, like really bad murderers.
You genuinely.
It's like how are we supposed to know that? It was literally in the fucking hideout.
He asked you. He said, "Please leave" several times, but you still continued to attack him, like the heroes that you are.
Yes, I almost died again.
So,
Yeah.
then you had a fight where nobody could see anything.
Yeah, then we had a fight in a smoke-filled greasy room.
Yeah, used a fight
in a smoky, greasy room.
But you succeeded. You managed that. You finally got to the end of this tiny little Xanathar safe house, where you saw that Floon, Volo's friend, who Davison had been trying to rescue this entire time, was being tortured by a half-orc mage named Grumshar, and behind them a squid man, a mind flayer, was watching. It appeared like Grumshar was trying to impress this mind flayer. Perhaps the mind flayer is superior to him in the ordering of the Xanathar's Guild. It was obviously a case of mistaken identity. Floon was not the one that was meant to be kidnapped and tortured. They wanted to kidnap Rhaenyra, but they'd taken the handsome man instead. And so the Mind Flayer was set on leaving. He'd heard enough. as you walked into the room. So the Mind Flayer left while you had a fight with the half-orc mage, who turned out to be a lot easier to defeat than I had expected, and you rescued Floon. But you rescued Floon, you took it back to the Yawning Portal, where Volo had been waiting and worrying furiously. Volo then admitted that despite promising you that he had all of this money to pay you for your efforts, he doesn't necessarily have it in cash. He has the deeds to a house in a very nice part of Waterdeep, and somebody was already willing to buy the house off of him for, I believe it was 800 gold coins, which is not as much as the house is worth, he told you, but a house like this, being so expensive, would be on the market for months before it was finally bought. So that's a siren.
What have you done, Matt?
He's under arrest.
The police here in America, they don't use their sirens; they just shoot you from the window. So if I'm ever talking and suddenly you hear a gunshot and then you know the police have got me.
Gareth, please edit that in.
Oh my god! Yeah, I mean, like he's ginger, so it's like kind of.
Yeah,
he's a minority.
I am a minority.
Oh dear.
Where was I? Oh yeah, so
Volo was poor, and we got given a house.
Offering you the deeds to this house. Maybe you could keep the house if you liked it, or you could sell it for 800 gold pieces with this person that was willing to buy it immediately, or maybe you guys would decide to keep it on the market and actually sell it over several months. You hadn't decided. I think what had been decided was that you were going to go and check out this house.
Did you mention by Volo that this place was originally thought to be haunted, but it turns out it wasn't?
Yes, he is currently writing a book, a sequel to his Guide to Monsters, which involves specters, spirits, that sort of thing. In fact, that's how he knows Davison, because Davison has offered his services as like a consultant to write this book. So as part of the research for this book, Volo had bought this house, which he believed was haunted, but as far as Volo is aware, it's not actually haunted. He could not find any undead presences.
So you could say Davison is a ghostwriter?
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
You could say that.
I'm sorry. Carry on.
Right at the end, brought him back, and Volo and Floon reunited. Renier congratulated you as well, because he'd been accompanying you the entire time.
Yep.
The last we'd heard is that you had the deeds to this house, and you were gonna go and check it out if you wanted to. So that's where we pick up. Yeah. So I mean, you can leave this if you want. Like, where are you guys going now? It was. I can't actually remember what time it was. We'll say that you waited till dawn to go down.
Yeah, so it's presumably fairly early in the morning still. So it took a few hours.
We'll say it's like 11 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have time to go and check this place out if you would like to. You certainly can.
I'd like to go have a look at our little. I want to set up my little workshop there anyway, so you know.
Okay. Okay. So is that where you guys? Oh, okay. I will.
It would be prudent to at least see this place before we make any decisions on what to do with it.
It's gonna be a shithole either way. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I would like an office space, so let's go check it out.
Okay, so and then Volo says, "Yes, of course. I'll lead you the way. Follow me. It shouldn't take long, an hour or two, maybe. It's in the North Ward, a very nice place. You'll like the area most certainly. So you follow Volo. At this point, Renier is tired. He and Floon depart to wherever they usually stay so they can rest and recuperate. But Volo escorts you to the North Ward, into an area of the North Ward known as Troll Skull Alley. You should have moved there now, and you should be able to, yeah. So
this is a big.
Yeah, this is the whole area known as Troll Skull Alley. Volo explains to you as you walk through the place where the tokens are right now. You see that there's this building in front of you, like below you on the map, with the turret seeming section of the house. this entire thing by here and here.
Oh,
This is all the house. What you notice is that this is a very nice place. It's 4 stories tall. It boasts balconies and a turret, 5 chimneys. It's obviously abandoned and has seen far better days. But at one point, it would have been the grandest building in all of Trollskull Alley.
hello, MTV. Welcome to my crib.
Something like
Wait,
that.
it doesn't exist in this universe.
Hello,
Okay.
Magic
I sent
TV. Welcome
you-
to my humble abode.
I'll send you a picture of Trollskull, so you can check it out if you would like to.
Ooh.
That's what it looks like. The other houses around you confirm what Volo said. This is a very nice area. The other houses are very well kept. They have nice lawns. It's the sort of place where you can tell that the residents have servants and nannies for their children, that sort of thing. You are in a very nice establishment, and this house would have been the very nicest of all of them. It's clear that 800 gold coins is not what it's worth.
Like, when you
Right.
say this place looks abandoned, are we talking like, there's like no one's lived in it for like a year, or no one's lived in it for like 10 years?
A long time,
Okay.
10 years. It's fallen into deep disrepair. It's not livable right now.
Okay.
You could not live here comfortably.
We're gonna have like an 80s fix up the house montage if we want to get it back into working condition.
We can certainly spend the entire session rebuilding a house if you would like.
Welcome,
to.
ladies and gentlemen, to Waterdeep House Flipper.
Yeah. So what do you guys do? Volo points, and so this is it. This is what's the house called? This is Trollskull Manor. It's
800 gold. I won't pay 60 for this.
oh, but someone has agreed to pay 800 gold for it.
Why?
It's, I don't know. They like to absorb all the property in the area.
This much land in this area of the city must be worth at least 400 by itself.
Yes, it's got potential. It's a bit of a fixer-upper, but I'm sure you could make something out of
Fixer
it.
upper.
My
Looks like the
understanding,
beams are about to fucking collapse.
my
You call
understanding
this a
was
fixer upper? This is a fixer broker.
you're very rude.
And I'm gonna storm inside.
Okay, so
Look.
you push the door open, expecting maybe it'd be locked, but you hear it basically falls off its hinges. It opens.
I look back at Volo like,
He shrugs.
I follow
as
it.
you enter,
yeah,
yes,
following.
all
Yeah,
of you
we're
guys
following.
enter. Okay, let's move you into this so it's a little better. Okay, so you enter from this area by here. This is
Okay.
it's like a front porch landing. You enter through these doors into what looks like underneath all of the cobwebs and the dust and the broken furniture and soiled blankets and everything lying around. This looks like it would have been quite a large tap room to a tavern at some point. Yes, so at some point this building had been used as a tavern. You get the impression. There is a dusty bar by here. Obviously tables lying around. Yeah, there's tarnished silverware, there's casks of wine. If you open it to have a look at the wine, it's all really old. It hasn't been contained very well, and it's all turned to vinegar. There isn't anything. Everything has started to rot, even some of the wood. It's very old. Most of the furniture and things in here are useless. But you can see that it has potential to be reused as a tavern if you would like it to. There are rats running around on the floor.
I shoot one of them on my crossbow.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
Jesus.
18.
Yeah, so you just like the crossbow bolt, it shoots down, skewers the rat through the side, pings off of the floorboards underneath, and embeds itself into the bar.
I turn
As
around,
that-
grab
as-
the roof.
As that happens, you hear some plates and silverware start to clatter and crack, and some plates smash.
Was there really a need to make a shit place look even worse?
Yes, I'm afraid that if you're going to continue doing that, you're going to decrease the value of the house.
I'm gonna decrease the value of your fucking face if you don't shut the fuck up.
Oh no!
Rats!
Yeah, so
We got fucking rats.
what I will do
Waterdeep has
is,
rats, my friend.
so
Calm
you,
down.
so you can get an idea of the building. I'm gonna save an image of the house labeled like guest room, tap room, bedroom for your own personal use. Because I realised actually this map is not very good. So I will send that.
So is this
No,
this is your house that you've permanent?
This is our base of operations. Yeah,
we
can claim that.
currently own the rights to this now.
Yes, the deed to being offered is payment for the services.
I want to begrudgingly take one of the rooms, set up a little workshop so I can basically focus on making, inventing in somewhere secluded. Maybe it has a back window so a lot of smoke can leave it if it gets too... Somewhere where I can ventilate a lot of arcane, like, fumes.
Okay, well, perhaps the attic.
Yes, that
It's
will do.
private. It's
I'll take the
private.
attic.
Very high up. There'd be nice ventilation up there. Okay, so in that case, you have these rooms by here. Okay.
I'll take the library and the study.
Well, in that case, like I'm going to stop talking now and let you guys discuss how you are divvying out this house.
No, my
Just-
friends. We seem to have a library. Obviously, as a wizard, it's kind of my thing. Would anybody object to me taking the library and the study? And maybe
Nah, fucking take it. I'm gonna go into the attic. Oh, we get Gareth. Do you want like a training room as well, like a little place where you can? Oh, yeah. Get like a little dummy.
dick.
Train on that little dummy. Punch and kick it day and night.
I have other accommodations in the city, but if you two wish to use this place as a base of operations for our missions, I will not object.
Oh, more
I know.
missions! You're going on more missions. Oh, that's terribly exciting. What kind of missions are you doing?
I just silently glare at Rolo.
I am
We're
this
taking
close.
none of my business.
I am this close, Volo. I am this fucking close.
Oh,
Shut the
Mr.
fuck
Gnome, why
up.
do you always have to
Shut
scare me,
the
you
fuck
nasty
up.
little ankle biter? I'm going to go wait by the doorway.
You do that, yeah. You fucking do that.
I'm doing it, Mr. Gnome.
Yeah, keep going, yeah.
Nyx,
Still see you. What?
Nyx,
Right.
have you ever made any friends in your life?
Have I made any friends?
Yeah.
What would a friend ever do for me? Yeah, I've made fucking friends. I've lost friends. I've had people I thought were friends. You're not my friend.
I'd hope not.
That's cheery.
Yeah.
Wonderful insight into Nyx's personality there.
It's basically when you're done exploring the house and deciding where you want to put things, let me know if you've got any significant rooms you want to make. I can see one of you already like labeling rooms that you want to have as yours
Yoink.
or something.
Yeah.
Keep on doing that if you want to, and just let me know when you're done perusing the house, and we'll see what you guys want to do next.
It's taking a lot longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, I figured this was. I was kind of hoping you just sell the house, but this is okay. This is this is fine.
I don't want to keep Ty waiting any longer. Really, is basically what I'm getting at, so.
Quick, just take a walk through the rest of the house. Is there like anything you've noticed, or all just various like decaying furniture and
Various decaying furniture, but what you've noticed is like as you're walking through the house, like you'll go through a doorway and something will fall, something heavy will fall just seconds behind you. If you hadn't been quicker, it would have landed on your head. Or you sit down on a chair and the chair looked stable and sturdy, but as you go to sit down, it just moves from behind you and you fall on the ground.
Okay, perception check.
Okay, so Gareth, you've rolled. You got a 14. That's cool. That's dope. There is nothing. There is nothing going on. Like maybe it's just because you thought maybe this house was haunted that things are playing tricks on you. But Taliss, you're just You're being clumsy. You're not making sure the chair is underneath you before you sit. You're knocking into things. That's why things are falling over. There's no discernible reason that anything else should be happening in this place. The floorboards creak behind you. You turn. There is nothing there. What is going on? This place fucking sucks. 800 gold coins, and it could be off your hands.
No. We want a base. We want a base of operations.
I've been doing this too long. I'm getting paranoid.
That's exactly it.
You're literally one of the guards from fucking Skyrim. It just must have been my imagination.
Yeah. Then you take the bucket off of your head.
Let's get here.
Okay, so you guys are done. My next question is: you've designated these certain rooms. What do you want to do? Do you want to try and start renovations, or is that something to worry about for a later date?
Later, we'll do that later. We haven't got the money for it.
Exactly. Are you going to try and shack up right now and stay in these rooms?
Oh, is there any? Are there any books in the library?
Most of the books have perished with age, but you get the impression that it was a very extensive library at some point.
Mm-hmm.
There are books on like the history of Waterdeep. You see an old, perhaps outdated version of Volo's Enchiridion to Waterdeep, which is this guide to the city itself. That seems to be one of the only things that is still intact, which you can take if you would like to. But otherwise, there's not much else. Perhaps there's an out of print version of Volo's Guide to Monsters lying around there somewhere as well. But otherwise,
second edition.
Or maybe like a super rare first edition, which you could probably sell for like a gold piece if you wanted to. Otherwise, the shelving, the infrastructure is there. You've got one of those slidey ladder things that people have in libraries, so that you can start your own collection, should you so desire, and fill it with magical books. Yes.
I'll just start cleaning all that stuff away. Preparations to move all my own stuff in it.
Perfect. Okay, so back to my question: are you guys going to live here, Taliss? It sounds like actually you've got somewhere else to live in the city.
Yes, I do.
And I imagine maybe the other two, you have places to live elsewhere.
Yeah.
So are you going to be staying here, or are you going to be going back to your?
I'm shutting down my workshop for the time being.
You're shutting down your workshop. Okay.
Yeah, I can't afford to run it at the moment, so
correct.
I'm just shutting down.
And you've got other priorities now that you're helping the Zentarum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you, Davison? Are you shacking up? Are you moving back to wherever you live? Where does Davison live usually in the city of Waterdeep?
I don't know.
Okay, that's good. That's worrying.
Davison,
you should really know where you live. Davison, are you okay?
Thought about that.
Davison, are you well?
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Davison, you're ill. You've been sleeping out on the streets.
Well, I'm at home. I live at home with my friend. Because he doesn't take a lot, so we only have to pay one person's rent. Where's the... What's that magic guild thing?
Oh, the order of the thing.
Yeah.
The watchful order of mages and protectors, or whatever it's called.
Where to in the city is that?
Their headquarters. We shall say that they have a headquarters on the border between the North Ward and the Castle Ward. So we'll say that the Castle Ward is more of an administrative centre of the city. North Ward is a very nice area, and you're somewhere bordering both of those districts, those wards.
Right.
That's what we'll say. So, yes, you can certainly, because the Watchful Order of Mages and Protectors, they try to look out for each other. We'll certainly say that they've perhaps given you a dorm room for you and Heston to stay in.
Yep. Okay.
So if you choose to go there, you can certainly return back to that place. But basically, is there anything that anyone wants to do with the rest of the day? Otherwise, we will move on.
Actually, can Taliss have a word with Davison for?
Yes, my friend. What seems to be the matter?
Forgive me for asking, but what are your motivations going forwards? We have recovered your friend, and you know of mine and Nyx's mission.
I originally came to the city to further my studies in order to help the people that once helped me. At the moment, I am currently just floating about, trying to stay low, and you guys are the most exciting thing that's happened to me in a while. So, if you would allow me to join you in your adventures, I'd be happy with that.
So, you're bored? That's your reason for joining us?
Let's say yes.
You saw what happened to Floon, right? Your friend, he was tortured?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want this? You want to be afraid to ever get close to anybody in your life in case they might be used against you?
Well, I'm also looking for answers, and I'm not going anywhere fast. Maybe if I go along with you guys, I might be able to find some of the answers. Especially knowing about the underground. There might be answers down there.
By the underground, you mean undermount? You mean undermounting?
Yes.
Well, we all have our own secrets. Think about what I said, and on your head be it if you choose to stay with us.
I shall. Thank you, friend.
Nice. Deep. We're making bonds. Okay, so in that case, Owen, Davison, you are returning to your place of residence.
Isn't it just gonna be me living in this fucking house by myself?
It is.
Well, I think
We all
I'm
bought
probably going to be
fucking
moving
big
stuff.
operations. They were all gone, nah, and then just left.
Yeah. So over the course of the day, Davison, it sounds like you move whatever possessions you still have from one part of the city to the other.
Yeah.
To do so, the Watchful Order helps pay for a carriage to transport your belongings from one place to the other, and you start moving them in to your floor, your part of the house. Taliss, it doesn't sound like you're doing that.
Mm.
It sounds like you want to stay in your home.
Stay my other place, yeah, with you know who.
Yep, you and Voldemort shacking up. And
Voldemort.
And then Nyx, you're moving in. Are you going to start moving your stuff, or are you just
I'm
gonna
gonna move all of my supplies and shit up into the attic.
Okay, so during the course of the day, you and Davison do bump into each other a couple of times as you're making several trips back and forth from the different destinations in the city to move your possessions. So you do see each other.
Also, I start cleaning up the bar area as well.
Okay, as you start cleaning up the bar area, you're wiping it down. A handkerchief out of nowhere comes down and starts wiping another part of the bar table. Further down the table. Yeah.
I stare at it with great amusement and try and do a perception check, I guess.
Okay, roll a perception check.
50.
Okay. Whatever is caused, it's obvious that something is doing something in that area of space because a handkerchief is moving around and wiping a bar table, but you are not able, perhaps in the poor lighting conditions because you haven't managed to purchase lamps for the place yet, you're not able to see what is doing it. There's no shimmer in the air, there is nothing. As far as you can tell, there's no invisible person doing it. You put your hand through where you think a person would be. There's no contact. There is nothing. You do not know what is causing the bar table to get cleaned with you.
Can I look around for like any sigils or anything carved into the wood, or if there's like any weird items about?
Make an investigation check.
9.
Nice. So you don't.
Fine, fuck all.
You find, yeah, fuck all. What you do find is that on one of the mirrors in the tap room, it's a bit old now, but you know sometimes you'll get a layer of dust cover a mirror, and then somebody will wipe away, or maybe a window, someone will wipe away and write a message, and then over time that message starts to gather with dust as well. It's a similar situation that's happened here. So it's an old message written on a mirrored surface here in the tap room. You see the phrase "last call!" written on the mirror, but then it itself has been covered in dust, and perhaps in a few months' time it would be illegible once again. But at some point that message has been written.
I write hello in the window. Oh, I write hello on it.
Okay.
As a test.
How long do you stand there waiting to see again?
For the rest of the session, so Tyron never gets to introduce his character. We spend the entire session just doing stupid shit in the manor.
Well, I'll write it and then I'll wait, and because my first thought is last call. Maybe it's some kind of bar thing.
So a minute passes.
Yeah.
2 minutes pass. 5 minutes. Eventually you turn around, you go back to start cleaning up the bar, but then you hear a squeaking sound. And you turn back around, and underneath where you had written hello on the mirrored surface, welcome governor has been written beneath.
Ooh.
And then the bar starts to get wiped down with a handkerchief again.
Oh. I call Nyx. Nyx, look at this! I found a thing!
You hear that from the attic, and it comes out like soot in my eyes. I'm really fucking busy. What do you want?
Look, this mirror, it talks to us.
Hello, mirror. How are you today?
You have to write on it first. It's still an inanimate object.
You're fucking with me, right? No, I've got really, really important stuff to do.
Nope, look, I just wrote hello in the mirror, and it replied with hello, governor.
Maybe it was already there. Maybe you didn't see it before.
No, it wasn't already there. It had last calls on it, and then I wrote hello. It said hello, governor, in reply, and it's a thing. Can you identify it?
No, I need money for that.
No. How much money do you need?
Well, if I had the spell identify, I have the spell identify, but I'm going to need 100 gold to actually use it, which I don't have.
Start once.
I need 100 gold worth of a pearl.
Right.
And then I'll be able to use this spell. But right now I can't. So that's basically me saying, well, if you want me to look at this, I'm going to need supplies, I'm going to need money.
Money, okay.
I've got barely anything up there. I'm basically pulling shit together with rope and glue.
Well, Nyx, considering that we both need some financial income for our wizardy ways, and we have just acquired a bar, maybe we can work towards getting it back up and running again. Clearly there's some kind of magic assistance here.
You want to open a magic bar?
Yes. Yes, I do.
You have a lot of free time for loads of really weird shit. Yeah, you do know that.
And now we become NPCs in somebody else's adventure.
That is the end of the campaign. Thank you, Ty, for joining.
Yes, let's do it. You know what? That's a great idea. You know what's even better than opening up a bar and slowly working your way towards a better life and slowly having this tiny pot of money that we build, and eventually we learn to appreciate each other as colleagues and fellow people. You know what's better than that? A giant fuck-off pile of gold that we're currently after. That's what I'm after. Not a fucking magic bar. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's something to consider.
This is a building for our operations, nothing else.
And I go back into the attic.
Okay.
I stand there alone,
Single tear
contemplating my life.
Eventually, the handkerchief stops wiping the bar. Perhaps the only decent chair still in the tap room is pulled beneath you for you to sit, and a futile attempt is made to pour a pint for you, but nothing comes out. So the flagon is just dropped on the floor. But you feel on your shoulder just as in there.
Ghost pity.
Ghost pity. Yeah, even the ghosts pity you.
Shall we carry on? Because this is all
Yeah, I
terribly
mean, carry on.
exciting.
Like, I could be here all
Yeah, we'll
day.
carry on. So
This is all terribly exciting, but we're currently an
We'll
hour in,
move
and
on,
Tally's
we'll
character
move on.
still hasn't been introduced.
yeah. Taliss, you've gone back home.
Yeah.
Davison, you're investigating this place, moving your stuff back in. Nyx, you're up in your attic workshop, trying to make tools for your job to the best of your ability. As you're doing this, through one of the broken panes of glass in the window, a winged snake flies through.
What the fuck?
It takes you by surprise, but after a
Crossbow.
couple of seconds, after a couple of seconds, you're about to put a bolt through this guy's eyes. You remember, this is the Zentarim's classic calling card. They're always doing shit.
Oh yeah.
You remember the Zentarim's emblem is a snake with wings. Yes, you go, oh yeah. The snake just coils into a circle and looks expectantly at you. You notice that there is some twine wrapped around its body, and there is a note on the end, and it just sits there waiting expectantly.
Just take the note.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
As you open the note, you read. It says, "Time to debrief. What happened? Meet me at the usual place. Davil, kiss."
Let's crumple up the note and throw it in the corner.
Okay. And so, based on that information, what do you do?
Davison,
Oh!
we gotta go meet Davil.
Okay, cool. So,
I waved my ghost friend goodbye.
there was no response. Davison and Nyx, you make your way back to the yawning portal. Now it's late at night. The street lamps are starting to be lit. We'll say it's maybe like 9. It's 9 at night. You're expecting, just like last time you were in the yawning portal, for it to be very busy. It's comparatively quiet in the yawning portal this time. There are the regulars, the ones that are always here, which you started to recognize the faces of, but there are empty seats for once, which is unheard of here in the yawning portal. But it's quite convenient for you, because if you're going to be discussing business, now there is guaranteed to be nobody sat next to you to hear what you are saying. You look to the table that Davil will usually sit at, and sure enough, there is this blonde sun elf, long blonde hair, quite dashing clothes, sat with his feet up on the table, hands behind his head, just staring up at the ceiling. Several empty flagons adorning the table. Behind him is Yagra, you recognize as the half-orc woman, his bodyguard, that is always by his side. And unexpected for you, there is a third party sat at the table. Fredrick, would you like to describe what Davison and Nyx see as they look at the table and see you sat down with Davil and Yagra?
So I'm just sat staring at a painting that is on the wall. Could you say there's a painting on the wall?
Yes, there is a painting on the wall. It's a painting of the bartender in some heroic...
Staring longingly at the painting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just looking at the painting. So we've had now a couple of drinks, so he's obviously, as you say, he's kind of resting for now. I'm just saying that I've got some leather armor on just on my my shoulders here, and I've got braces as well. I've got a waistcoat on. At the moment, it's a red waistcoat with like red flowers on it. I've got a scimitar that is just kind of tucked in underneath the table. Yeah, just sat there looking pleasant.
Yeah. So there is this very dashing man.
Hey, you've got a cigarette.
Okay, and ye oldie cigarette.
And I'm smoking it like this. No.
Yeah. So he
Like
he
a
would be
pipe, I guess
fancy.
it would be.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Like a pipe, I guess it would be, to be like
Sure.
the oldie.
Oh yeah, of course, yes.
Ye oldie pipe. It looks like the three of them have been waiting around for a while. What do you guys do? They haven't noticed you yet.
Who the fuck's that?
I have no idea. I've never seen many of the people in this room before.
I thought this operation was supposed to be discreet. I'm meeting someone new every fucking day.
I know it's starting to become more interesting.
Do I know that Davos is waiting for Nyx?
Yeah, you know that Davil is waiting for somebody called Nyx Knackle, who you've heard of. You have heard of Knackle before. You can't put a face to the name.
Okay, so I don't know his name.
But he's pretty famous for making things. He's
Okay.
often supplied the Centaurum. In fact, if you had to hazard a guess, your pistol was probably at some point made by Nyx Knackle. So you have a lot to thank him for. Yeah, they call him the Toy Maker. It's a code name. It's an alias that's not meant to be used in public, but
Everyone keeps using it anyway.
yeah. So yeah, in fact, maybe Fredrick, at this point, you see this gnome step into the.
I'm gonna approach the table. Davil, I'm meeting someone new every day, buddy.
Toy Maker, I'm so glad. Oh, and you brought Davison. Nice to meet you again, Davison.
Hello, nice to
I was
meet you.
not expecting you to be accompanying my friend here. To answer your question, Knackle, this is my friend Fredrick. Fredrick, do you know Nyx Knackle?
Ah, yes. I've been meaning to meet you for a long time.
Oh yeah? What have I done? What have I done to you? What do you work for?
I work for anyone who pays me the right amount of money.
I like this man. Where's his heart on his sleeve?
Anyway, on my possession, I have something that you made. I'm very thankful for it.
And what would that be?
Hmm.
Let me guess. Is that big little gun sticking out of your pocket there? Give it here.
Pocket?
I want to see.
No,
it.
I think he's just happy to see you.
Good here. Sure thing.
Yeah, give it here.
I take it out with a bit of flair, and I take the bullets out into my hand, and then I give it.
And it's this because of the time, the sort of it's fantasy time, so it's this very nice looking kind of like a flintlock pistol sort of thing, but with the classic artificer
Spin on it.
flair to it. Yeah, a bit of a spin. So
So do you want to like tell me what it looks? What does it
yeah,
look like?
sure. Nyx, what does Fredrick's weapon look like?
I will tell you what it looks like because I've actually looked this up. So it does look like a classic flintlock pistol. However, the barrel is a bit more ornate, I guess you'd say. But yeah, it's quite ornate. It's got it's actually, I would have made this firearm back when I was working with Timbers. So it's got the
A hallmark.
yeah, the hallmark on it.
Yeah, so it has like this Timbers and Knackle hallmark written on it, like the branding from when Nyx Knackle had his own business where he was supplying products to the Centauri. This is like from Nyx Knackle's heyday,
Nice.
like when he was in his prime.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh shit, this was made by me.
well, I have to thank you for making it. This has saved my life quite a few times.
Yeah. This is a prototype. I put it back in your hand.
I love it. You're already friends. This is exactly what I wanted to happen. But Nyx, Davison, tell me, what the fuck happened? Have you found me gold yet?
Oh yeah, no, I brought it with me. Yeah, it's right in my fucking groin. Grab for it. No, I haven't found any fucking gold.
Oh,
We're after a fucking treasure
Don't
trove, not a
be
fucking
Maker.
someone's lunch money. Things take
Well,
time, man. Come on.
Then tell me what happened. Did you find Renair Neverember? Did he tell you where the gold is?
If we found
Can we go and get it?
I'm guessing things didn't go quite to plan.
What he
No,
said?
things
Not
went-
quite.
Things went fine. We found him. We found the fucking tiny little handsome man that everyone was after.
True.
Oi. And so where's the gold? What did he tell you? Good job.
Did we speak to it?
Yeah, he knew fuck all basically. That's what he told us.
He explained that him and his father, the father being Lord Daggelt Neverember, the previous Open Lord, they didn't speak very much. When Daggelt was ran out of town, Renee stayed behind because he's not associated with him. But because he's not associated, he didn't have any idea where Daggelt had left the gold. He knew nothing, basically.
Okay, I'll just relay that to Davil.
So what you're saying is, we're back at square one, and we have no idea where the gold is. That's what you're saying.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah.
Right. Well, perhaps we'll have to put that on the back burner for now. Then, I want you to try and, as best you can, stay close to Renair. I feel like perhaps he knows more than he's letting on. If you can, stay in the loop. Keep me in the loop. But until then, now that you're back in the family. And Davison, I assume you're here because you want to be as well. I have an assignment for you. It's quite time sensitive, so you'll have to say yes or no right now, before I tell you. Are you in? Hello, Nyx and Davison, Owain.
Sorry, I thought you were talking to Davison. You said Davison, didn't you?
I'm talking to both of you.
What? Sorry, what? You're boring me to fucking death. What do you want?
I've got a job for you that's not got anything to do with Renair Neverember. It needs to be done tonight. Are you in?
Alright, what is it?
Yes, we're in. We need money.
Okay, you're in. Good. Fredrick, you're in too. That's why I asked you here. Okay. Some nasty fucker is killing elf and half-elf sailors in the dock ward. 3 dead so far. Each one decapitated by a blade in the dead of the night.
Ooh.
Now,
fucking brutal.
Now, normally I wouldn't care about this minor thing, but the people in the dock ward are under Zentaran protection. They see the ins and outs of what comes into this city, and so we look after them in exchange for information. So if someone is going after them, they're going after the family. So look into it, will you? I think the City Watch could use a little help.
Yeah, damn fucking straight. They're fucking useless.
That's partly our fault, but you're not wrong. So please, the 3 of you, I'd like you to go down to the dock ward and figure out who's killing me pointy-eared brethren.
Consider it done.
We need the gold, I guess. We need funding. We want to keep this operation going.
If you do it well, make sure that no one else dies tonight. I'll pay you well. I want you back here. If you're successful, or if you don't come back, basically, I'm going to assume you're dead and I'm going to look for more friends.
Okay.
All right. Best of luck. Davison, Time Maker, Fredrick. Pleasure meeting you all. Get the fuck out.
Have a nice day.
I love you. Bye-bye.
And I'll take one of his flagons of drink and walk out.
He looks at you like really like sad and disappointed. Like he was planning on finishing that, but he just pulls out the little toy horse that you made last time and plays with that instead.
You still owe me for that. You still haven't paid me for that toy.
I make a wink at Yerga.
Yagra. Yeah. Yagra is this ripped half-orc woman, like bulging biceps, and she looks at you, and for a second she's caught by surprise, and then she tries to wink back, blinks instead. I'll see you later, little man. So you guys are going to head off to the dock ward to perform this sort of investigation for the Zentarim. Taliss.
Yes.
We go back to you. So this is all happening at the same time. So we'll say this is 9 o'clock as well. So what would Taliss be doing at this time in her home?
Running herself a nice bubble bath with a nice glass of wine because she deserves it. She's had a long day.
I've had a tough day.
I need to sit down and shed some scales, baby.
Yeah, I guess it has been somewhat of a trying few days for Taliss. So
she is running herself a bubble bath.
Well, no, so she probably is sat in her bedroom, probably just cross-legged on the mattress, doing the whole meditation sort of thing, reconnecting with her ki after not having to use her abilities for so long.
Okay,
I'm explaining why I leveled up.
Yes, I like it. Cool. And is there anybody else in the house at the moment? Is Taliss alone? Has she got guests over?
Mm-hmm.
I just need to know before I decide what's happening next.
No, like the rest of her family are probably home at this point, but like no one else.
Okay. In that case, from across the room, there is a loud cracking sound as a stone flicks against the window.
You're sort of like eyes open, just like head darts around to look at the window, and like I go over to the window, I guess.
Okay. And as you look down, the street that your house overlooks on this side is not very well lit. There is perhaps one street lamp, I'd say like 30 feet down the road to your right, but otherwise it's pretty poor lighting for some reason on this street. But you are able to make out in the dim light that is available a hooded, robed figure standing in the middle of the street, looking directly up at you. Your eyes, or where you think his eyes would be if the light was better, connect for 10 seconds, and then he proceeds to walk down the street and around a corner.
Okay, I like go like retrieve my gear from where it's like hidden in like under the bed or whatever, and like
Okay.
and like rather than like going out like through the front door, and like I like slip open the window and just like drop down and try to drop down
Nice.
quietly onto the street.
Nice. Rule of cool, we're going to let you do that because that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
So now you're down on street level. There is no one at this time of night. There is no one else. You know that occasionally you will get a member of the City Watch patrolling around this area because you live in a fairly nice area, but there is nobody on the streets right now.
Okay, so hood up on the cloak of Elvenkind and like stealthily follow after the robed figure.
Roll a stealth check.
I have advantage on that, but I'm not going to beat a 19.
Oh, you got close. You got close. So, Taliss, this is your home turf. You know it like the back of your hand. Every cobble on the cobblestoned roads for you is just a scale on the back of your hand. You know it so well. Gosh, that was poetic. You're one with the shadows. That's how you were trained in your previous life. So this is effortless. Yes, you've been a little rusty recently through lack of practice, but this comes to you very quickly. You know how to be quiet when you need to be, despite last session proving otherwise. And you are able to turn around the corner into this alleyway. So as you enter this alleyway and climb over just crates, boxes that have been left there, you see, I'd say, 40 feet into this narrow, completely unlit alleyway. I'd say completely unlit. There is this figure is holding a torch, and that's the only beacon in this alley that you can see. But it's obvious he has not noticed you. He is looking expectantly down into the main street, and he has seen nothing.
Okay. Is there anyone else? Is he alone?
He is alone. At this point, like, this is not an alley that connects to another street. It becomes a dead-end brick wall, and he's pretty much right at the back of the wall at this point.
Okay, so I've got like the open end of the alley behind me.
Yes.
I guess yeah, just sort of step out of the shadows and sort of approach just like the edge of like the ring of the ring of light. It's like who goes there?
The figure, as you see now, pulls off their hood, and underneath you see iridescent green scales. This is the figure that you recognize from a few nights previously, when you had been given a note. The note that you remember.
Backstory!
Back fucking story!
Backstory!
Wordlessly, after taking off the hood, eyes locked on you, puts his hand up, slowly reaches in to like a breast pocket, pulls out another note, extends the hand and walks towards you, slowly.
Okay, I reach out and take the note, I guess.
As you take the note, the guy starts to like move away, like starts backing out and leaving the alleyway. He doesn't get far before I assume you decide you wanted to read the note.
Yes.
Okay. The note says, "My eyes have been keeping track of you. You are doing well. I need you to maintain your ties with the Zentarim. Have them do the dirty work. I still cannot trust you, Taliss, and so my eyes are taking something precious to you. Be a good girl. Let him do what he needs to do."
Okay, basically, as soon as I get to line, my eyes taking something precious to you, it's like bolt straight back to the house.
Okay, roll initiative.
And I fail.
What did you get?
6.
You got a 6. That's okay. This guy rolled a natural 1. So you turn and you see that he's started trying to pick up his pace, and he's rather than walking slow, he's walking quickly. But he's about he's only like 20 feet ahead of you at this point.
Okay.
But he's ahead of you, and you think he's going where you think he's going, basically.
Okay, shit. Can I, like, get in front of him and, like, put myself between, like, basically just literally stand in front of him and try and block his path? It's like...
You certainly can. How you've got, like, what, like 40 feet of movement right now?
I have 40 feet of movement, yes.
You can get around him, put yourself in front of him. This alleyway is, like, maybe, like, 10 feet wide. If you outstretch your arms or something, you will be able to block his path.
Stop! There's no need for this, brother.
The Dragonborn cocks his head, again looks directly at, like seeing through you, hands up, reaches into the breast pocket again, and with a snap of the wrist, something comes whirring through the air in your direction. A 9 to hit doesn't hit.
No, it won't hit me.
You duck out of the way, and just past your neck comes a dart, a shuriken, a shape that you recognize very much, a signature of your line of work, cut straight past your neck, and the Dragonborn weaves and tries to duck underneath your arm, so they're outstretched to block his path, to get around you. You're able to take an attack of opportunity if you would like to.
Yeah, can I take an opportunity, but like to just like trip him, not to actually hurt him?
Certainly can. Another 6.
Yeah. I'm paying for my good rolls last session.
Yeah. So he just does like a somersault over your outstretched foot or whatever you do, and he continues running. So now he uses his full movement. He's 40 feet ahead of you. He's back on the main street now, and he turns right around the corner, headed in the direction of your home. This whole time he has been completely silent. He has made no sound, even when he, apart from the little whoosh of the sound of the dart going past your neck, he has made no sound at all. Definitely quiet.
I'm going to use as like Taliss feels like the fear and panic like sort of surge through it, like it energizes her, and she channels her ki into her legs. So I'm using Step of the Wind to make a dash as a bonus action.
Okay, so mark off a use of a key point.
Mark off a use of key. So to get around to get around in front of him again. It's like this time, like she does like draw her sword and like hold it in a ready stance in front of him. It's like there is no need for this. Have I not always been loyal to our father? And this time I am readying an action to make an attack at him if he tries to move past me.
Okay. So at this point, there is no emotion on this guy's face. Like the amount you've seen is like the cock of the head when he was seemingly surprised at what you were doing. You get the same thing happen again. He stops in his tracks, pulls out a short sword that looks very similar to yours, and begins to slowly circle around you.
Oh shit!
Oh dear.
And then, in 2 hands, comes forward and attempts to strike. So you readied an action. Yeah. If he comes close to you, you would do it. So I will let you have the first strike.
And that's not going to hit.
So as he comes right at the last minute, feints out of the side, brings down the short sword and stabs towards your ribs. He's going to make a roll. 18 plus whatever that hits.
That will hit me, yes.
You take 3 damage as you try to like pivot out of the way just as he did, but he's too quick for you. He's clearly had more practice in recent times than you have, and so yeah, the only like the tip, I'd say like an inch of his blade sinks into just below your ribs, and then as quick as it entered, he pulls it back out and assumes a stance. He looks fluid on his toes, on the balls of his feet, ready to move. So you guys are, bear in mind, you guys are right on the street now.
We're right on the street, just like dueling, like outside basically outside the house.
You've got like 20 more feet, and you're at where we'll say you have like steps up to a porch would be.
This is between me and Wyndreth. Leave them out of this. I guess he's still not saying anything.
At this point, you see like he realizes that you're expecting him to answer at some point, and he smiles for the first time you've seen. Opens his mouth, and you see that there is no tongue. He has no tongue in his mouth. There is no way he could be responding.
Ew.
Oh,
That's gross.
What do? You have that. We'll say that was a free action. You have an action, bonus action, and movement to do whatever you would like.
this is your last chance. Leave now, or I will defend myself. And again, I ready an action to attack him if he tries to get past me.
Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. He realizes that he's not able to scare you off with simple attacks to warn you away, and instead runs up to you, runs close to you as possible, and at the last minute ducks and weaves around you and moves the remainder of his movement. So he is now he gets to the doorway, and rather than going through the front door, begins to just climb the side of the building, climb the side of the house.
I mean, so didn't I get my attack against him again?
Disengage action. So he's now half movement. He's about 10 feet up the side of this wall now, of your house. He seems to be going for the open window that you came out of.
Shit.
And this entire time, completely silent. Like you do not hear wood creak. None of the wooden paneling on the house moves an inch as he climbs up this thing. He is deadly quiet, like the best fart.
So he's like climbed halfway up the wall at the moment.
He's 10 feet. He's like
Okay.
he's just above head level. Like he hasn't gotten far.
So if I run over him, so I kind of grab his leg and try to pull him back down onto the ground.
Yes, make an attack roll to grab him by the ankle. We'll say natural 20. Yeah, and one fluid motion, no thought pulled into it at all. You sort of like connect with the wall and push off, and with the strength of pushing off, you are stronger than this individual, it seems, and he is yanked 10 feet off the wall, lands on the ground. He takes damage as his ankle seems to twist as he makes an unexpected landing back on the ground.
I mean, now he's down on the ground. I've just got to go for him with a bonus action, an armed strike, I think.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you can make one guaranteed bonus, an armed strike against him.
And I'll have advantage on that because he's prone now, won't I?
Yes.
So a 12 and an 18.
18 hits. Roll your damage.
Yeah.
6 points. Very good. So you notice that he's got this twisted ankle, and then you just stamp down on that ankle, dealing a lot of damage. His mouth opens as if to scream in pain, but like there's just this horrible little rasping sound.
Sort of like, the sort of adrenaline, like the sort of, mother lifting a car for a baby thing again, sort of like goes through Taliss, and she just like does the what's it called, the flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows, yeah. So that's, I believe,
attack.
your last
that
key
is both
point
my
now.
key points used.
Flurry of blows.
15.
Yeah, 15 hits. So roll some more damage, boy.
And we've got max damage on both of those.
Okay, yeah. So this guy, you just go for a throat jab, and this guy is like grasps at his throat. He looks badly hurt. At this point, he does some cool sort of like breakdancing move and ends up back on his feet.
Three point get up.
Yeah, one of those things. Gets back and with his sword again, like brings it up and goes for another stab at you. He rolls so with the first attack he misses, and then after going for the stab that you miss, that you parry out of the way, he uses the momentum of that to sort of like roll over your shoulder and sprint off in the other direction, using his final key point to disengage from you and run. And it seems like he's not running in the direction of your house anymore. He's just running down.
He's just fleeing.
Yeah, he is fleeing.
Yeah, I guess climb back up the wall and like slip into the house, so I can take like the cloak of Elvenkind and like get rid of the weapons, and then like immediately go downstairs to like the. I assume like Ballas would probably be in her room by this point, but like Balasar and Tyron would probably still be awake. So it's like we like go into the living room and like it's like
okay.
Are they like burst into the living room? Like, are they actually still there for one?
They are perfectly fine. They are playing. They are just discussing. Yeah, they're playing on the Nintendo. I think it's Super Mario. It looks like it's Super Mario. No, actually, Smash Bros. I think Balasar is Bowser, and Tyron looks like he's going with Toad. He's pretty good at Toad these days. Mm-hmm. No, they are fine. Balasar is regaling his child with tales of his time as a bard and the parties that he has played at and the people that he has met. His child is in awe of him. It's worth bearing in mind that this entire fight was done seemingly with like no sound made at all. Even when you pried the guy off of the wall and he landed, the closest he got to making a sound was when he tried to scream and couldn't.
Okay.
Like they are completely unaware of anything that has happened.
Sometimes just like immediately just like runs over to Balasar and just like hugs him, just like.
I've got to come up with a voice for a dragon voice. Taliss, it's nice to see you too. To what do I owe this hug?
Do I owe this hug?
To what do I owe this hug? I thought you were upstairs doing that funny sleep you do.
No reason, dearest. Can't a mate just hug her mate every now and again?
But of course, my dear. Another peck on the cheek. I was just telling young Tyron here about the time that I blah 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 blah. And the night goes on uneventful for the duration.
Perhaps like later, like when Tyron's not there, just sort of like try to tell Balasar like keep a close watch on the hatchlings. I heard from the city guard that there have been sightings of like shady-looking individuals in this area.
Here? In this part of town? Surely not. Well, if you think that's best, my dear, then I will. Guard them with my life. Ha! And then he bangs you.
Just slowly rises up.
And it's just lots of drag.
If you're worried, my dear, then I will. But I believe what you've heard is false. No one, there's never. It's why we live here. It's a safe part of the city. It's at this point you get a message in your head, Taliss, that says, "The others have gone to do a job for me. If you're not sleeping, head to the dock ward. If you are sleeping, wake the fuck up and head to the dock ward. Loves and kisses, Davil Starsong."
Thank you for listening. The next part of this session should follow in a few days.